works in Chicago. We know Lambeau has had a couple pretty good games in its history. The kick is away, and we are underway in Green Bay. It will be Chiggs starting off with the ball first, as Sanders will take this up to the 23-yard line. Getting to know BamSchemin, Mark Samuels Jr., 29-year-old from San Leandro, California. $64,000 in career earnings, TD. A lot of it led by last year's amazing run in the club championship.
A veteran of the sport, Bam has been around a while. 64,000, 5 MCS major appearances. That phenomenal run that got him to the Final Four last year. He was so close. Can't wait to see what he brings out on offense here in Madden 21.
Key to the game for BamSchemin. He's just got to keep scheming for success.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's very unorthodox. He always has something that the community will steal. He really kind of comes up with things. He's a trendsetter in a way. And man, I think a lot of people are going to be tuned in to see what he's got.
But he's got a familiar foe on the other side. It is Chiggs. Cole Higgs, 19 years old, out of Ogden, Utah. $13,000 in career earnings. TD, this is maybe one of the lesser-known young players in the game, but you look at that MCS career earnings, he's somebody who's had plenty of success.
Chiggs has tons of talent. He's a diehard Packers fan, and for him to be in the spot 3 years in a row, you got to be sticking with it. Man, we saw the emotion with Stiff. If Chiggs can win this and overcome that, I think we'll see a lot of emotion from him as well.
Taking a look at his key to the game to come out on top here. The Packers Club final presented by Jack Links. He's got to keep that revenge on his mind.
Without a doubt. You know, that game last year, 14-10 final, came down to the last drive. Chiggs has been waiting for this moment. He circled it on his calendar, and here we go.
Look at what's over his head. That Green Bay Packers plaque, win this game, the same old story. Fight the Packers. Here we go, Chiggs on offense. TD, what are we expecting from Chiggs?
Yeah, so you're going to see him in the Las Vegas Raiders offensive playbook as we take a look at the
shout
tweet
out to
from Big Gene,
That's
the
my
legend.
guy. You know he's rooting for Bam. He's an old head. He loves BamSchemin. Can't wait for him to win again. Don't talk about it much. Ignore the haters. TD, I cannot think of anybody who would want advice about approaching a game of Madden than Big Gene.
Without a doubt. If you can get support from a top 5 Madden player of all time in Big Gene, man, that's going to give you confidence. Big Gene, an OG, a legend of Madden football.
There you see BamSchemin locking in once again. Always fun calling his games, TD, because you just never know what to expect. The only thing I can expect is probably not the meta.
Exactly. You know, he always has something up his sleeve. Last year we saw it. He had that QB blast he brought out that no one expected him to run. And he went on the great run because of that, getting down to the Final Four. He's been around for a long time, man. He knows what he's doing out there.
Will be Chiggs on offense. What sort of preparation did, when you talked to Chiggs, did he say he had coming into this game?
Yeah, so he's more of a meta player. He's going to run a lot of his trips tight end. Might see him audible down to some I form close, strong close. And he's very excited for the moment. Like we said, he's got that revenge on his mind. He's a diehard Packers fan. He wants this so bad.
It's a pretty good team to be rooting for this year, TD. I truly believe they're the best team over the NFC East.
I agree.
Over the NFC period.
I agree. I mean, anytime you got Aaron Rodgers on your squad, you always got a chance. And great coaching with LaFleur. Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Top 5 wide receiver in Devontae.
Yep.
Top 7 running back at Aaron Jones. Yeah, plenty. You just got guys like Kenny Clark, Jair Alexander on the defensive side. Zadarius Smith. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, this is the year for them, in my opinion. If they're going to do it, got to do it now.
Well, you only get to see this in one club, but man, how about seeing Brett Favre back in that Green Bay number 4 jersey? Tight throw right side. Cooley can't make the catch. A little bit of a throwback Tuesday, if you will.
That was crazy. First, I thought it was picked. Then I thought it was caught. And then it was just incomplete. That was very interesting. Chiggs already on a 3rd down here on his first drive.
3rd and 10. Favre stepping right, and he'll find
97.
Allworth picking up a 1st down.
Big time laser right there. That Allworth has been an absolute stud in MUT lately with that route tech ability. You saw right there, tight end on a post route. Allworth on that slant really stresses the user in the middle of the field. Chiggs made the right read. Now he's going to audible down to a little running.
Reggie Bush, little juke move. That takes a big hit. That was Kendall Fuller laying the lumber but Bush will pick up the first down.
Yeah, great decision right there by Chiggs. Audible down to that power O out of the I form close. Picks up a nice first down.
Two-time runner-up. Looking to make that a one-time Packers Club champion. 1st and 10. Stepping back with Favre. Dropping back. And he's going to throw a pick. Inaccurate pass. It's picked off by Fuller. Had the big hit earlier. And BamSchemin's defense will force a turnover.
Wow, very inaccurate pass right there by Favre. It looked like he had him on the playmaker back, and he just overthrew it. And anytime you can do that, Schemin's going to take advantage, and now he's in business.
He doesn't mind accepting a little bit of a Christmas gift. Is the moment we've all been waiting for. What is BamSchemin going to run on offense?
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. He's in the Minnesota Vikings offensive playbook. You know, we saw it with Stiff last game with the Steelers that we haven't seen. We haven't seen the Vikings either, but he did tell me last night in our meeting he's been running this Vikings playbook all year. One of the patches that came out kind of took away his main part of the offense, but he stuck with the playbook. He's got something else cooked up, so he said he's got some unique stuff, but he also has some meta concepts, and I'm looking forward to see what he's got cooked up.
Was it Bam last year that had a defense patched out like right before the Madden Bowl?
Yep. Yeah, he had that crazy blitz. I forget what formation it was.
2-4-5?
Yeah, 2-4-5 it was. I think it was coming like straight up the A-gap. Patched it right before, you know, he was pretty frustrated about that, but he still went on to make that nice run.
Delay a game. Gentleman's agreement declined so that players can get all their audibles set, their formation subs set. So let's go back to this Lance Allworth item. We've had so much Terry McLaurin. We've had so much Tyreek Hill. What does Lance Allworth bring to the field?
Yeah, he's got phenomenal route running, good speed. You put that route tech ability on him, and he's just one of the best receiver items in the game right now, along guys like Chad Ochocinco and Tyreek Hill. So definitely get him on your MUT squad.
Schemin on 1st and 10. And timeout taken by Chiggs. All right, false start. We'll try this again.
A little slow start here. And when I talked to Schemin, he said he's been mainly watching film. It's been more film than reps preparing for this game.
And off to Bush out of the bunch. He'll get 6 on the ground. And now he's going to that tray open formation. I was just expecting him to come out and I don't know what I was expecting. Like single back, double south.
Yeah, sounds like a Schemin type of formation.
Yeah. Throw back to Madden 20. Come out that Taysom Hill formation.
Yep.
2nd and 4. We'll run it once again. Bush once again. And what a run there. Up to the 45-yard line.
Stop.
Nice 11-yard run
Stop,
for the defending Packers Club champion.
Love the play call right there. Looks like Chiggs is in a 3-3-5 odd type of formation, which can be vulnerable to these kind of pulling gap runs. Now he's in the double A gap, so I like the call from Power O out of shotgun from Bam.
Yep, he's going to say, well, it's fun. I'm going to go to the I-4. Allworth, the lone receiver, split out wide left. Bush top of the I, and he will go to a little Power O to the right side. And there will be absolutely nothing there. Chiggs not letting anything go up the middle. Maybe picks up a yard.
Good defense right there from Chiggs. And, you know, in my call last night with Bam, he said he mainly watches film, labs with himself, but the one guy that he said he has been labbing with, who is a legend in Madden, is Evil Ken, one of the greatest offensive minds in competitive Madden history. So anytime you get a guy like Evil Ken on your team to help you with some offense, you know you're going to be ready.
2nd and 9. No need to put it in the air yet, but he will on 3rd down as Chiggs chases down Bush in the backfield. Hurry up to the line on 3rd and 11. Third down. Allen.
Let's go.
In
Come
trouble.
on.
Down goes Josh Allen. Looked like that was Hendricks in the backfield, and so Chiggs off the unfortunate interception. Looks like he's going to get a stop the other way. It's going to be a punt for BamSchemin.
Come on, man. Get 7.
Big time defense. Big time defense right there from Chiggs.
Get 7,
little
man.
shed off the edge, and he's going to get the ball back. So, you know, a little stalemate so far. First 2 drives, defensive battle.
Chiggs now back on offense, and number 4 back in the green and yellow. Brett Favre, what a career in Green Bay. How about having a franchise that's had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers as their last 2 quarterbacks? That's got to be
Mr.
nice.
Reed, man, come on.
They'll throw that
Thank
one
you, Reed.
away.
Yeah, Packers have had some legends at quarterback with Rodgers and Favre. Even throwing back to Bart Starr, but Chiggs he had the tight end wide open from the start, just missed the read, just completely missed him. Was wide open from the start. Start too late. BamSchemin was in the backfield.
2nd and 10. Right side. It's Reggie Bush with the catch. Table route. Picks up that 1st down.
Yeah, and BamSchemin, you know, we talked about his uniqueness. He is always unique on offense, but he is on defense as well. And I saw something right there coming off the edge, looked pretty glitchy.
How about Swolosimo on the Twitter sphere saying, I'm taking Chiggs right now. No way he loses. Shout out to Swole. One of the great guys in the community. Supported with that hashtag Madden Club Championship. 1st and 10. Rolling right is, he's got to throw out a sack, luckily.
Come on.
It's going to end up out of bounds. That could have been interception number 2.
Oh, man. And it seemed like simultaneously both guys just said, come on, man. And that's kind of how I feel right now. Both guys just struggling right now, just kind of making some bad reads, just taking a lot of time with their decision-making. Definitely looks like a rough start. BamSchemin did tell me, you know, it's kind of a feeling out process when you start this game. He had a lot of respect for Chiggs' game, and both guys just kind of feeling each other out here as we get it to the end of the 1st quarter.
2nd and 10. Throws it back left. That's Reggie Bush with the catch to the 33. Boy, that seemed like a lot of movement out there to only pick up 2 yards. 3rd down as we head into the 2nd quarter. Scoreless in this Packers club final rematch.
That was great defense, a great user, kind of a scary throw. I probably wouldn't have thrown that, but he's able to throw it, get in there for 3 yards. Watch for Allworth again in the slot. Actually, he's going to audible down now, but I think he's going to pass out of this I-form close, try to catch Bam off guard.
3rd and 7, right side. That's Cooley
Go,
with
Cooley.
the catch.
Come on, boy.
1st down. Gets 11.
Yeah, just man-to-man coverage across the board. Chris Cooley, as you've said a million times, Nick, the best tight end in Mutt, and he just simply beats his man on a drag route. That's all it was, all that speed, able to turn up field and pick up the 1st down.
Aaron Jones going to work. Look at that, two former Packers in the right uniforms. Aaron Jones taking the carry and Brett Favre at the helm. You don't see that too often.
Pretty cool. That just shows you right there that Chiggs is a diehard Packers fan when he's got 2 of the legends. Well, I won't say Aaron Jones is a legend, but he is a superstar. When you got 2 Packers greats on your team in Mutt, that just shows he loves the Packers.
And all that Packers gear. We did not send that all. He already had it. Pre-stocked Packers fan. 1st and 10. 4 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Back to the I formation. It's gonna be Bush up the middle. 2-time All-American gets 3. 2nd down and 7. Very methodical drive here from Chiggs.
Yeah, very methodical. Goes down to that power O. It seems like he does have some creases every time he goes to that power O, but it's only been about 3 yards each time. But I do like the balance. I like him audibling around here, going down to the I form close, trying to catch him off guard with a play action.
Screamer off the edge. Down goes Favre. Hendricks in the backfield right away. No time to throw that one into the crowd.
Yeah, high-level chess match right now. Chiggs going down to the under center, trying to hit him with some play action, but BamSchemin saying, no, you're going to go down under center. I'm going to start bringing some heat. If you're under center, he does just that and puts Chiggs in a tough 3rd and 14 situation.
Ready with timeout.
Timeout taken. Chiggs already used 2 of his timeouts here in the 1st half. TD, is this just a feeling out process to kick things off?
Oh, without a doubt. Both guys trying to get in a groove, trying to settle down a little bit, some of those nerves, feel what each other's doing on defense. And that's why we've had a stalemate through a quarter and a half almost.
Down at 14. Bush right up the middle.
Go,
there was
man.
enough room up the middle for 2 of me to fit through there.
man.
1st and 10 to the 33-yard line.
Bro.
Great play call right there by Chiggs. Audible down to the power O, which he's had moderate success with. But I think BamSchemin played a lot of coverage right there. He's able to find a big hole up the middle and gash him for a first down.
How far? Blitz picked up nicely, and he's got Chris Cooley open over the middle to the 14-yard line. You can see the confidence growing offensively for the 19-year-old out of Utah.
The 19-year-old is heating up. Crazy, he's only 19 years old, and he's been in this moment 3 times in a row now. So since he was 16, he's been in this Packers final. But he's really starting to heat up on this drive. Some great play calling. Throws a nice dot right there on the tight end post.
1st and 10. And we'll hit the 2-minute warning. Other thing that I really like what Chiggs is doing here. He has controlled this clock. He's going to give Bam not a whole lot of time left if he's able to score on this drive to come back and put some points on the board.
He's been very methodical with it. Once you get into this red zone now, you just definitely don't want any turnovers. No mistakes right here. See if he's got some red zone offense, specifically passing, cooked up.
Favre stepping up, delivers a dot.
One stop.
Allworth into the end zone. The AFL
on,
star putting points on the board in 2020. Chiggs with the first touchdown of the game, and with his extra point up is good. It's 7-0 for the man looking for revenge.
You see why that Lance Allworth is the best receiver in Mutt right now. Just absolutely torches his man on that slant route. Fires it in there with Brett Favre. And Brett Favre puts the Packers up 7-0.
Bam will have a minute 56 goes. Take a look at this one more time, TD. Just a great route combo.
Yeah, just that slant post combo, ever so popular. Burns his man, Allworth in the end zone, and Chiggs is fired up.
Gotta love this battle, TD. Again, you talk about we had that old school versus new school battle. This is sort of one of those once again. Bam's certainly been around the block, and Chiggs, he's by far not a rookie, but he's certainly on the younger scale.
Yeah, that's a great point. BamSchemin 29 years old. He's been around the block. Chiggs 19 years old, so 10 years apart in this matchup. Both guys have a lot of respect for each other, though. We saw it last year. Both these guys think each other is really talented, and that's why they had such a great game last year. And I think this one's going to turn out to be that way as well.
Got some old heads. We got some new heads. We're in Green Bay. We got some cheese heads. 7-0 the score. Allen. He'll take the sack. Great defense from Chiggs. It was Klein in the backfield.
Yeah, that's big-time defense right there. You see he's in that 3-3-5 odd formation right now, so he's been switching up between the double A-gap and the 3-3-5 odd. The 3-3-5 odd gets some great sheds off the edge. He's able to get home right there and force BamSchemin into a 3rd and 6.
Big play here because Chiggs, he's able to get the stop. He'll have some time on the clock to maybe extend this lead. Drops down under center. Single back formation. 2 wide receivers to the right. Terry McLaurin alone on the left. Reggie Bush in the backfield. Josh Allen under center. And he'll take the sack. Chiggs' defense stepping up. Timeout taken. He'll get the ball back.
Come on.
Big time defense right there from Chiggs. And we talked about this a million times. When you run an under center offense, which BamSchemin likes, you're vulnerable to that turbo rush. It comes right up the middle. BamSchemin has to roll out a little bit, and then everyone's just coming in for the sack. And it looks like BamSchemin's going to go for it here
This is
on
a
his
risk.
own 27. This is a big play in the ball game. This is scary territory.
Could it be scary territory? Scary territory. He's in the slot. Allworth in motion. 4th and 8. Could be a turning point in this ball game. Play action pass. Pressure picked up nicely. Up the middle, right over the user's head to the 49-yard line. Bam dialing up the dot.
Oh, boy. Looks like Chiggs just completely missed the user pick. I don't know what happened right there. And just throws it right at the user and completes it.
Could have been disastrous. Instead, the drive continues onward. Blitz picked up nicely. Allen breaks 1 tackle. He won't break the 2nd. Chiggs must be a chef because he's bringing that heat in the kitchen.
I'm really impressed right now from Chiggs. He's dialing it up, playing phenomenal defense.
How about that Chiefs Club finalist saying Chiggs and Bam, both tough as nails. Got to ride with the scheme team, and that scheme team, wham, bam, thank you, bam! Into the end zone, Terry McLaurin finds a seam.
Scary Terry right up the middle. What a laser from Schemin, and he ties the ball game up. It's turning out to be a good one.
It looked like Chiggs might be able to go into halftime up 7 or more. Instead, we're all tied up. 20 seconds to go in the half. Huge play for Schemin's confidence.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker, too, for Chiggs. To give that up, you know, you had him backed up at his own, like, 30 or 40-yard line. To throw a streak right over the middle with 20 seconds left, that really hurts, and that's huge for Schemin's confidence.
One more time. How did Terry McLaurin get so open?
Yeah, just a seam route. It looked like it was a zone coverage seam route right up the middle. Terry McLaurin in the open field, and no one's catching him.
I wish a very happy holidays to everybody out there. A happy New Year from everyone here.
Oh my God!
That's a touchdown. That could have been
a sack on that. It's a touchdown.
Both bad or good. One for each player.
That looked like that could have been a big-time touchdown. I love the route combo, but he unfortunately hit his own offensive lineman when he threw it.
Rolling right, looking down the sidelines. Did he get it? He did. What a throw to the 35-yard line.
That is an absolute laser and a clutch moment for Chiggs. That is a hot dot. Wow.
It's a big field goal.
Just 5 seconds on the clock. He'll take his 3 and say thank you very much. Brett Favre with an absolute dot.
Yeah, that was a hot laser by Chiggs. Oh my goodness. 10 seconds to go. You have no timeouts. You're at your own 30, and you thread the needle on the sidelines to get 3. If you're Bam, that hurts to give up.
Well, this first half was a roller coaster. It started out slow, TD. It was sort of climbing that hill. The anticipation, we were waiting, when's the big drop going to come? And it happened. 17 points in the final 3 minutes of the quarter. And we ended up 10-7, the challenger, Chiggs on top.
Yeah, it was a defensive battle kind of building up. And then both guys at the end of the first half there just making some big plays and some unfortunate plays on defense for both guys.
Well, this game far from decided. 10-7, your score. Chiggs looking to stop being the runner-up and looking to be the actual club champion. But he's got to take down that defending champ. Chiggs with that 10-7 lead. Bam with the ball to start the second half. The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award recognizes an NFL player for his excellence on and off the field. This year, the Packers are proud to announce center Corey Linsley as their nominee. Linsley and his wife Anna have been active in the greater Green Bay community since he was drafted by the Packers in 2014. The two have had a long-standing partnership with the court-appointed Special Advocates of Brown County, which provides abused and neglected children who are under the legal protection of the court system a representative to act on their behalf. Not only about $5K in your pocket to be the club champion, you're also going to get this awesome club champion custom game ball to the Packers club champion, courtesy of the Green Bay Packers. What a nice piece to add to the collection. You gotta love Green Bay. You gotta love these teams buying in and giving out some awesome trophy. Now, I gotta say, TD, I'm struggling right now because I've been sitting here, we've been calling this game, and it's 7:45. I'm a little peckish, and I opened this up. The worst part was I opened it up because I got hit with just that beef jerky smell, and I've been struggling because I've been drooling this whole time. So I'm gonna let you talk for a second. I'm just gonna have a snack.
Yeah, we're excited for our Jack Link's beef jerky. As you can see, we got it behind us. I got one over here, and I got one right here. And listen, you know, we're getting a little tired here. We're halfway through. You need that protein. You need that clean beef. No better way to get it right here than some beef jerky.
You can keep going. But
you got enough in there? You got enough in there?
But I got a ton in here. You might have to call the second half.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Jack Link's coming through for our beef, baby.
All right, delicious. I need a water now. I feel protein enriched. That's what I feel right now. I could go do some push-ups. I don't want to, but I could. Reggie Bush right down the middle. Great way to start off the second half. get that run game going for Scheming.
Yeah, definitely. If you're Scheming, you know, he's not known as a passer. He's more of a balanced player. He likes to mix it up. So definitely want to get that run game going. We saw some unfortunate defensive playing at the end of the first half there, and we saw a lot of fireworks as well.
I would just like to say I'm 100% all for if more snack companies want to sponsor these tournaments and send me snacks. Just let you know, that's 100% Nick approved.
Oh, without a doubt. I love beef jerky. I can't wait to have me some Jack Links. I'm going to get some in right after this game. Get ready for that third matchup of the day.
Second and 12, Allen in trouble. Throw out a sack. Picked off DRC. Says, give me that. We're going the other way. We had an inaccurate pick in the first half from Chiggs, and the game gifted one back. Little throw out of sack action.
Get 7.
Yeah, those throw out of sacks, man, are so crucial in the game. You see Scheming, he tries to get it in there, but just you can't make that throw as you're about to get sacked, and that's a big play in the game because now Chiggs gets the stop to start the second half, and he has ball up 3.
It was such a great start to the drive, that Reggie Bush run for a first down, and it's all gone downhill. We had that pick, and now an encroachment sets up a 1st and 5. Chiggs, this is a huge opportunity, TD. This is what he needs to take advantage of if he wants to be a club champion.
Yeah, that's a big-time drive. You got to go up 2 possessions here, and that was unfortunate right there for Scheming. He didn't set up his defense correctly, so he forced the encroachment, and Chiggs did not decline it. He accepted the penalty, and he gets those 5 yards.
There's $5,000 on the line, TD. Sometimes there's no room for courtesy.
Yeah, you only get that courtesy thing at the beginning of the game when you're setting audibles. If that happens later in the game, you accept that every time. You got to have that killer instinct. You know, like you said, $5,000 on the line. But that was a big-time sack for Scheming, staying alive.
Second and 10. You see Chiggs using that entire play clock. Already mindful of that even in the third quarter. The pressure picked up beautifully, and McLaurin one-on-one. He caught it. Touchdown for Chiggs. It looked like it could have gone either way, but it's going to go the way of the 2-time Packers club runner-up.
One-on-one, Terry McLaurin. He just beats him. He throws it over the top. Looks like he had a step on him. Scary throw, but he throws it in there. Too scary, Terry, and he converts. That's a big-time dot by Chiggs.
17-7. Off the interception, only took 2 plays, and Chiggs cashes in.
One stop. Come on, man.
We know how tough a competitor BamSchemin is. So we'll take a look at one more time. TD, it was one-on-one. How many times have we seen McLaurin win this battle?
Oh, yeah, he's so good. Just one-on-one, motions over the post, turns it into like a deep corner route, and Chiggs is fired up about it.
Allen on first down. Over the middle. What a pocket. What a pass to Tyreek, TD. But let's talk just for a second. How tough is it to pass out of under center formations in Madden 21?
Yeah, it's real tough. You know, that turbo rush can hit you. You see goes to shotgun here. Look for two post routes.
Hey.
Line in the backfield, a 3-yard loss, and Scheming at midfield to stop the bleeding a little bit. 17-10. Bam in the bunch now. Bunch Scheming. There's Allen. Looking right side. Coolly, man. Chiggs dialing up the pressure, really making it tough for Scheming. That's a great read with that edge rush coming at him.
Yeah, this defense from Chiggs right now, these guys are coming off the edge like crazy out in these sheds. Out of this 3-3-5 odd formation. Goes with a flood concept out of bunch, and he throws a tight ball, but it gets in there, and now you see Scheming. He's going with a lot of tempo right now. He's trying to score as quickly as possible.
First down and 10. Minute 43 in the third quarter.
Laser.
He might have him, RB. He might have him. Allworth feet in bounds. First down to the 3-yard line. Scheming's in business.
What a route combo by Scheming. So unique. You see double crossers out of, I think that was gun tray open, a formation you really rarely see. And he cooks a hot one up on the sidelines. 3-yard line now. Punch this in if you're Scheming. Look for a power row out of bunch here.
he's going to get into the end zone. The wheels on the bus go ground and pound once you get inside that 5-yard line. Schiemann cuts it to a one-score game. Does he have the defense to stay in the ballgame?
Great drive from Schiemann right there. Punches it in with that Reggie Bush, fights forward, fights through the adversity, gets right back in this ball game as quickly as possible. You couldn't ask for a better drive if you're BamSchemin.
What does Chiggs have? He's really dealt with the blitzes from Schiemann effectively. As we'll take a look at the play that really set this all up. It was Allworth on just a simple crossing route.
Yeah, double crossing routes. He motioned over Allworth, got behind the zones, and got it down to the 3-yard line. That was a phenomenal drive by Schiemann to get back in it. We saw a phenomenal drive by Chiggs on the previous drive. Does he have another one in him?
Scott Stever at 616 Madden hit the nail on the head. This Packers Club final is turning into a war. JD, and we really didn't expect anything else from these two players.
Yeah, you couldn't summarize it better in a tweet from Scott right there. This really is turning into a war. You know, we started off a little slow. End of the first quarter, still 0-0. We had some fireworks at the end of the second quarter, and now third quarter, heading into the fourth. This is where business picks up.
Second down and 4. Timeout taken. Those second half timeouts, there's Precious Krugerrands. You just can't use them willy-nilly, and Chiggs is going to go into the fourth quarter down 1.
Great point right there. Yeah, you hear Chiggs talking about it. Using those timeouts in the second half are scary, especially when you're only up 3. It's not like he has a huge lead where they're not important. These timeouts are very critical here.
Trying to throw it back across his body, but great defense from Schiemann. And you can almost feel like a little bit of that momentum shifting off that timeout from Schiemann, or off that touchdown.
Yeah, great point, Nick. And I think the other thing to point out is when you get into the second half of these big games like this, that experience comes into play. And Schiemann has the experience advantage by a wide margin over Chiggs. Will we see that come into play here as we get into the fourth quarter?
Or on third down. Powell throws it over the middle. His guy didn't animate to catch it. It bounced around like a bouncy ball. 4th and 4. What will Chiggs do here? Looks like he's going to leave the offense on the field.
Yeah, I think I would go for it here as well. You know, Schiemann's looked good in the second half on offense. Big play in the ball game for both guys. Schiemann's got to get off the field. Chiggs has got to convert, get into the fourth quarter with the lead.
Schiemann converted the huge 4th down earlier in his own territory. Does Chiggs have one? Favre. Got lots of time. I don't know if he has anyone open, though. Waiting for a bounce. What a user lurked there to get across the field. And he's probably thrilled that Jackson dropped that one, as field position will be fantastic for Schiemann looking to come back in this game.
What a lurk by Schiemann. You see that tournament veteran experience come into play here in the second half. I mean, he's just locking up when he needs to. He's getting putting clutch drives together, and now he has another chance. He's already in field goal range, so if you're Schiemann, at the minimum, you have a tie right now. You don't want to make any mistakes.
26 seconds left in the third quarter. We got a 3-point ball game in the third time in the back-to-back rematch. Schiemann looking to become a 2-time Packers Club champion. Chiggs just looking for his first club. He's been here twice before, but his second twice as Bush to the 12-yard line. That should take us to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Nick, did you see what formation that was? A little single back, double south formation you wanted to see.
Yeah. I'm so good at this game.
You saw it right there, just throws a little table route. I would expect Schiemann to definitely take this. No, he's going to hike it.
Come on,
By the way,
man.
I know the camera wasn't on me, but for the people at home, that was the sound of a almost 31-year-old man dabbing during a club championship game. You're welcome.
No, I wasn't too sure what was going on over there. But anyways, as we head into the fourth quarter, I don't like that decision right there by Schiemann, though. He rushed it for no reason. You don't need to do that. Go to the fourth quarter. You got plenty of time here. I think that was a bad clock management decision.
Allen, all the time in the world, but no one to throw to.
One more, man. One more.
Yeah. See, I think so. I really think he wasted a play at the end of that third quarter. There was no need for that. You just kind of came up, hiked it real quick, and now you put yourself already in the 3rd and 14 with only 6 seconds passed in the 4th quarter. This is definitely a passing situation. It's going to get tough here at the 16-yard line.
3rd down. Oh, we're split wide right. Allen stepping up. He'll take a sack. Once again, the defense from Chiggs.
Bro,
Leroy Glover,
second.
he was an early release in Ultimate Team, and he has been on everyone's teams.
Yeah, he's been a beast. We saw Joke using him in the Browns Club Championship, and he was just going off for Joke. I love the route combo right there by Scheme. He just didn't get enough time, and Chiggs plays good defense, gets the stop. We got a stalemate. End of the 4th. It's turning out to be a good one.
Sanders will run that out of bounds at the 22-yard line. All tied up. 4:23 to go. JD, do you feel like this game is leaning towards either player right now?
I don't. I feel like it's pretty even right now. Honestly, both guys have made some mistakes. They both made some clutch moments. Second half, I feel like the advantage has been in Schemen's hands. But for Chiggs, for the 19-year-old, 3 years in a row, it's your 3rd year in the Packers championship. And this is your time right now. This is the guap drive of the game. Here we go.
And out to Bush, right side. That's the thing about Reggie Bush that I think a lot of people love is even when he's tackled, for a smaller back, he rolls forward for a lot of yards.
Oh, without a doubt. We saw it on that touchdown earlier from Schemen. He just kind of fell forward into the end zone. So that Reggie Bush, still good. One of the earliest cards in the game, and it's still good here in December.
2nd down. Might have the crosser down the field. If he throws it, instead he's going to throw it back across his body. Reggie Bush. And what a run there. 15 yards. Chiggs is moving. How about Jay himself? We saw him last year in the club saying Schemen looks like he's freestyling too much. I like Chiggs. And we use that hashtag Madden Club Championship, and might read your tweet out on there.
Good analysis right there by my guy Jay himself. One of the most entertaining guys in the Madden community. Love that guy, and I think he makes a good point, but I think Schemen known as a freestyle. That's kind of Schemen's game plan coming in. You know, that's how he's built himself. That's how he's built his brand. That's how he's had so much success. And now all the pressure, though, and I alluded to this earlier, Nick, about the experience, and this is really where it comes into factor. Chiggs, only 19 years old, hasn't been in these type of moments too much, and it's coming down. The nerves are starting to set in for sure, so we'll see how he handles it.
Back to Bush in the ground game. Love to see the balance from Chiggs, TD. There's no way for Schemen to really lock in either way, whether it's going to be a run or a pass.
Yeah, he's been clutch right now for Chiggs. You know, that was a great play call. He's 8 rushes for 55 yards, so he has had some success on the ground. He hasn't ran it too much, but every time he's run that power O, it seems like there's a little bit of a little hole, a little gap, and he broke it off for a nice one right there. I expect him to go right back to it.
Back to that run. Yes, indeed. Why not? The current Green Bay Packer, Aaron Jones, to the 37-yard line. 2:10 to go, and Schemen used his first timeout of the second half.
Yeah, and Schemen really looks like he's getting in desperation mode. You see him coming out in this, looks like a 3-4 Bear defense. So he's really trying to bring all the heat possible right now. It's desperation time if you're BamSchemin. And for Chiggs, Schemen does have 2 timeouts, so a first down probably won't seal it. But, man, Chiggs has definitely got to get this first down on this 2nd or 3rd down.
And up to Allstott. Third down and 2 minutes left in the ball game. Let me know in the chat, who you guys have winning this game? Are you leaning towards Chiggs on the drive? Do you think Bam able to get a stop? Put a guap drive together of his own. Give me a 1 in the chat for Chiggs. Give me a 2 for BamSchemin. 3rd and 3. It's going to be a pass for Chiggs. Quick throw right side, low ball.
Oh, we need another first down.
And it's
that
caught.
It's not game. It's not game
No,
yet.
it's not quite game yet because Bam just used his final timeout. Still got the 2-minute warning left.
Not quite game, but I don't know about that read. That was double coverage. And I know he hit him with the low pass, and that low passes are really effective in Madden 21, but man, that was really scary. Double coverage. Luckily, Bam still does have the 2-minute warning, but he's not going to have a lot of time, and it's not going to matter.
Let's go, man. Oh.
Has the bridesmaid become the bride? Tyler Davis, Chiggs in business. We're under the 2-minute warning. No timeouts left for the defending champ.
Oh boy, he's really close. This is going to be very tough for Scheming. I'm trying to do the math here. I might just take a couple kneel downs if I'm Chiggs. I'm trying to do the math. He might have a few seconds for Scheming, but it's going to be close.
I just snuck a bite of some beef jerky. It was a good choice.
Good choice. Is the pepper flavor, right? A lot of pepper on it.
This was just the original. I love the pepper one though.
Yeah, I like a lot of the spice.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna give me beef jerky, make it spicy.
Yep.
2nd down and 10. It's all stopped right up the middle. That might have sealed it. Did he get the first down? Nope, 3rd short. Why not? Not quite over, TD.
I snapped it
Not
3
quite
too.
over.
What a performance, though.
What a performance.
I liked what I saw. That's why I didn't wait till 1. Thought I got that. Did I really not get that?
You see Chiggs, he snapped it at 3 on the play clock. He wanted to snap it at 1, but he said he saw something he liked. Obviously, it did turn out. Well, I would expect one more fullback dive here to all-start. Scheming, your tournament life's on the line. Can you hold him?
There's a fullback dive, and there's the gap shoot. So Scheming will have some time on the clock. He'll only need a field goal with no timeouts in his pocket. Looking at the clock, and it looked like right around 20 seconds is what he'll have.
And I wonder if Chiggs had his ball carry on aggressive there, because that could have led to a fumble on that hit stick. But Allstott such a beast. So yeah, it looks like Scheming. This is gonna be tough. He really needs a block kick. He's gonna have about 10, 15 seconds after the kickoff, but he's praying for a block kick right here.
Mike Allstott, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, his entire career in Tampa. Purdue Boilermaker for so many years, so reliable. That fullback position. As Janikowski's in to kick this field goal to take the lead. What could be a $5,000 kick.
Pressure.
It's not perfect. The nervous tapping. It's making me nervous. Auto snaps at 3. It's up. It's good. 20-17. Chiggs takes the lead.
Yeah, big time drive, big time performance by the 19-year-old. And now for Scheming, 20 seconds. I mean, this is going to be very difficult. Does he have some type of miracle, some type of super play cooked up? It honestly might come down to a mistake on Chiggs' part for Bam to have a chance.
TD, he's been pretty solid all game defensively, save for that touchdown he gave up to Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, he has. He really has. You know, I like the 3-3-5 odd defense. He's mixing some double A gaps and 3-3-5 wide. He's really put a great performance together on defense.
First down at 10. So Scheming got some magic. Only needs a field goal, but can't to be tackled in bounds. It's good coverage downfield. He's still going to chuck it up. And that one,
Holy
incomplete,
cow,
right around the 20-yard line. 2nd and 10 could be the final play.
Oh, boy. I think even if he caught that, he would have ran out of time because he would have been tackled inbounds, and that would have been the ball game. So, yeah, this is going to be the final play right here for Scheming. Hail Mary, little just going to try something, probably roll out, maybe even try to throw a slip screen, throw it in the backfield, try to pitch the ball around. I mean, your options at this point, very limited. Might even just run the ball and try to make a play.
Let's see what he decides to do. Allworth in motion for the Packers Club Championship. Oh, it was almost a free rush off the left side. From behind, ball's out, recovered, ball game.
Oh, man.
Chiggs, after being a runner-up for 2 years, he's finally on top of the mountain in Green Bay. He is your Green Bay Packers club champion.
Finally, for Chiggs, he's done it. Madden 18, he lost in the Cardinals Final Four. Madden 19 in the Packers Finals. Madden 20 in the Packers Finals. Here he is back in Madden 21 in the Packers Finals, and he gets the job done. Congratulations.
20-17 over BamSchemin. And TD, as somebody who has known Bam for a while, has played Bam plenty of times, it is no easy task coming away with a win against a player the caliber of Schemin.